It's foundation inspection. There's a post-tension cable end showing here. You can see the plastic cap on it. What's actually happened is the parging, that's the mortar that's put over the top of it, has broken away. That needs to be recovered. It's called reparging, and that will fix it. That's actually, there's the yard door, there's the column here, and it's there. We're now at the left-hand elevation of the property. Now at the right hand elevation of the property. This is the right hand side of the property. You see actually out on the right hand here you've got erosion. This is caused basically, I think, by the gutters flooding above us. They could be blocked. We'll check that out later. But you've got quite a lot of erosion running here, and right down the bottom here, the erosion here is, I would say, severe. Okay, in this area here, severe erosion. That's got to be rebuilt to support the foundation, otherwise you're going to get problems with the foundation in the future. This is the expansion gap on the right hand side of the building. There's a little bit of movement in the building here. You can see where the expansion gap is slightly opened. It's mainly due to the caulking is starting to harden off, and there's a few gaps in places. They need to be filled. But it does indicate there's a little bit of movement. Not much though, very, very tiny. This is the second expansion gap on the right hand side again. A little bit of movement in the building. This is the grade inspection. We're on the right hand side. There's heavy erosion of the grade on the right hand side of the property. This is actually on your neighbour's property. You should look into finding out how you can address that as an issue. Well, that's the right hand side. There's a French drain installed. It should drain it, but clearly it's not, so the drain itself could be blocked. Now French drains, if they do, if they're built properly, come out in the road. And there's no sign of that drain coming out in the road, so there might not be a proper French drain. Let's go to the left hand elevation and the rear. Okay, we're at the left hand elevation. Yeah, it slopes away, but it slopes towards the other neighbour's property. That could cause this property problems. Now we're at the rear elevation. A lot of flat work. Hey, it's fine. Good draining at the rear elevation.
This is copper, right?
It is copper, yeah, and there's steel in there. And that's what's causing it, because we've got two different metals.
Yeah, it should have
a galvanic joint, but it doesn't.
Right.
So this is the isolation valve for the water heater, and we've got corrosion on it, quite a lot. Now the reason we've got corrosion on it is that the sacrificial cathode, which is in here, you unscrew this and it comes out, it's been eaten away. It takes about 10 years for it to do that. Once that happens, then the galvanic action moves on to the next nearest target, and the next nearest target are the valve and the joints around here. Hasn't got to the joint here yet, but there is a galvanic union there. So I would say this water heater is coming towards the end of its working life. They only last about 10 years in this part of the world because of the acidic water, and so it's not surprising that we found corrosion on the tank itself. However, the valve here, the temperature pressure relief valve, works perfectly, so it's safe. The vent hood is, or the pipe is secure. So apart from the fact that it's probably coming towards the end of its life, and I can't say how long it's going to last, but it should be okay for the next year or so. This is the upper attic. We're looking at structure. Most times the framing's done very well. What actually happened? Sorry? No, better if you don't, because there's only service boards up here, and I'm not insured to cover you if you fall. Yeah, you can do. Okay. Okay, that's looking okay. And so really what I want is just a record that I actually did check the doors. Did I tell you about the attorney that phoned me up?
No.
I inspected her house, she was selling it. I inspected her house, a month later she phones me up and says, "What are you going to do about the door you broke?" Well, I got a video of her door and it wasn't broken when I left. Okay, that door's fine. It needs the company who did the inspection. It has our address and phone number, the license number which we use to operate the business. Okay. There are steel lintels around the house, and they haven't got weep holes in them. They should be installed. Very easy to do, but they need to be installed. That's all the ground there.
There's your hot and there's your
Neutral. And the neutral and the ground are bonded. That bar across there bonds them. That's correct, unless of course it's a sub-panel. And when the sub-panel, the ground
needs to come and tie into this ground.
That ground, and goes on to the actual metal cabinetry rather than going on to being isolated and attached to the...
So if you had a sub panel, is it get connected to that sub bar, and then from the sub bar goes into the ground?
That's correct. And that's a sub bar. In the sub bar, the grounding is not again connected to the neutral.
Gotcha.
It's called this is dryer outlets, 4 prongs, so it'll take the mop and dryer, and we've got 250 volts across it. We're now at the water heater. Now at the furnace that serves the upstairs. The igniter has come on and the flames have lit. They're burning nicely. Lit up. We've got a nice blue flame. This is in good condition. These control wires are passing through a metal cabinet. As such, they move and will cut, and they could short circuit. There has to be bush to protect those cables. That's also true on the unit over here. Yeah, exactly the same problem. This is the furnace for the lower floor. The fan has come on, air handler, and we should see the igniter heat up in a moment. Here goes the igniter. See it there, glowing yellow. It's right up. It's going to light the gas when the gas comes on very shortly. And we've got gas. And a nice blue flame. It's also looking good. Turn them on. I will check though. Okay, we have.
Yeah, the upstairs. So they can got my shit off and you can shut it off. Sure. Wow.
Okay, so we've got 49 there.
That'll keep you cool.
Yeah. $48. $48. Dropping 56. That one's on the upstairs, so it's not cooled yet. Where's the return? Where is that? Return. Yes, there. That will be it.
But there's a filter there.
Yeah, there's a filter there, and that's the return air too. This is the master, and we have a loose faucet. Needs to be tightened. So this is the dishwasher. We've had it run through a cycle. And the soap door opened. There's outlet rollers. We're just looking to see if we've got any rust. On the top basket. On the bottom. And it's mounted okay. That's good. The food disposal. That in there. Let's turn it on. Yeah, that's good. All running fine. Okay, well, it's not meeting temperature. It's set at 350. It's been on for a couple of hours, and we're only achieving 307. 316 was the maximum. So, zone 1 has a head that's been covered by a turf, and that needs to be fixed. Cut round it so the head can rise properly. This is zone 1, and we're just under the house number. The head is broken. Spraying water out over the neighbour's drive. And then we've got we've got a fully functioning head in the front yard. So zone 1 has 2 broken heads that need repair.